his own government was toppled by another coup through the person of Babangida, Ibrahim Babangida. So Buhari ruled Nigeria as military head of state, as the seventh president back then in 1983 down to 1985. Then years later, Buhari came back to rule Nigeria as elected president. And that was made possible when he defeated President Goodluck Jonathan in the year 2015. And Buhari became the first person in Nigerian history to defeat a sitting president, an incumbent president. That was a good one. That was a very massive achievement on his part. But on the part of Goodluck Jonathan, what can we say? That should be a very terrible achievement or a terrible history on the part of Goodluck Jonathan, being the first president to be removed from power while in power. So Buhari led us in 1983 as military head of state, and he also came back to rule Nigeria as an elected president. Okay, then in 2016, things started unfolding. In January, Buhari traveled to the UK for a medical trip. According to what we were told, Buhari had ear infection. So he traveled to the UK and he stayed there for some time before he came back. And I think you can still remember that was when our comedians were making jest of Buhari that our president, the year where he get a ear problem, the year where. So you can still remember like yesterday. Then in 2017, January 2017, Buhari traveled again for another medical trip to London. And he came back in March. That was about 2 months. He came back in March. Then in May, he traveled again for another medical trip. And he came back in August, another period of 2 months. So if you calculate all the days Buhari spent out of office for his medical trip, there are about 150 days altogether. But what happened? During his return in 2017, in August, there was this rumor. This is where we are going to bring the person of Nnamdi Kanu, we call it MNK, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, into the picture. Nnamdi Kanu came up with this speculation that Buhari, while in the UK, died during his treatment. That the Buhari that we are receiving at that time was no longer the Buhari that we had. That Buhari died in the UK during his treatment. That the person we received as our president back then in 2017 is one Jubril al-Sudani from Sudan, Buhari's look-alike. That he was the one that the Nigerian government cloned to come and continue from where Buhari stopped. That the Nigerian government did that to cover up the death of Buhari in 2017 so that Buhari's regime could continue. The rumors spread all over the place. So many persons believed, while some said it was just Nnamdi Kanu was just chasing clouds. That was what happened in 2017 until recently again that we heard that Buhari has actually died. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is just a brief history of the Buhari experience. Now we are going to be welcoming comments from you right now, those watching us. And thank you for coming on board. Alagba Rashidi, a very technical and sound political analyst. Thank you for coming on board, Alagba Rashidi. So the first question I have for you all right now, MC Items, if you are there now, you can send requests to join the show. The first question is, ladies and gentlemen, Who really led Nigeria over the years before President Tinubu took over? That's the first question. Who do you think actually led Nigeria during Buhari's 8 years tenure? Who do you think led Nigeria before Tinubu took over? That's the first question. So I'll be waiting for your comments. Let's delve into this issue right now, because this is an issue that concerns every average Nigerian. Nigeria is our own, but the leaders have hijacked the country from us, making it seem like the country is theirs. It's ours. So we have a mouth. We have to put our mouth where our money is, and we have